Let us pray. Lord, I pray as I race today, keep me safe along the way. Not only me, but others too, as they perform the jobs they do. I know, God, that in a race, I, the driver, must set the pace. But in this race of life, I pray, help me, Lord, along the way. Although I know I am a sinner, help me to believe that with God, you're always a winner.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rose stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of death with victory and peace? May the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and these we are mine. In God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, David Wellborn, and joining me in the booth tonight is Chris James. And we are here to broadcast the first race of the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Grand Nationals Daytona 125. How you doing there tonight, James?
I'm doing awesome. Really excited for tonight. Been a long off season. Been waiting for this for quite a while now. Hope to see some good racing tonight.
Well, I believe we're going to have some good racing tonight. We're only doing 125 laps here, so they should be able to do it with at least, what, one pit stop, you think?
I'd say one pit stop should get it done.
40 and 40. Well, they'll have to have a 20 extra 20 laps there at the end, won't they? So they take tires and fuel on the first 40. Then they got to pit the last 40, and that last 40 will determine, you know, what, 9 gallons of gasoline?
Yeah, you're correct there. I was thinking about another race. I did a lot of racing myself this week. Think you can get through here with just that splash at the end. You know, this is going to depend on the cautions and kind of racing action we see, and who's able to keep it clean out there.
I'm going to jump real quick and grab my spectacles. I always seem to forget those things. You know how old people are. Well, it looks like Mr. Hunt, Brian Hunt, was the leader until I looked over, and now it's Chase Murphy. Chase Murphy's got the fastest time right now at 46.6, and I'm sure that's in a draft.
Oh yeah, and I see Clay Phillips close behind him right there. That's 6:43.
Yeah, Mr. Phillips is fast every time he hits the track. We got some interesting drivers in here tonight. Got a bunch of new drivers welcoming here into the DRL Racing League. 22. So it looks like we got about 30 drivers. And I'm hoping that with as many drivers that we have here tonight that we can get this broadcast done without seeing a bunch of jumping. I am expecting to get a new system for the broadcasting here. Can't wait.
Yeah, the right hardware definitely holds a long way.
Oh yeah, gonna get a new motherboard, 64 gigabytes of RAM, so, and a new i7, so that should help us out for our broadcasts.
There you go, man.
So I see Clay Phillips, I see Brandon Red, Zach Wetstein or Stein, Ryan Hesgard, Tater Bowman. Tater Bowman's in this race here tonight. Tommy Bordeaux, Ryan Branch, Martin Wenzel, Richard Springer. I see Derek Permington from TRN is here as well. James Pandolf, Mark Vega. Yeah, we got a bunch of regular drivers in here, but we got a bunch of new drivers as well. Drivers I've not even seen make a race. Now, I'm
kind of...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that I got to race against Mr. Peterson in the duels. So, yeah, I've raced at least one race with him, I know.
Yeah, I've raced a few races with John there. Kind of newcomer to the DRL League myself. Got some experience around some of these guys through the Truck Winter Series. A lot of good drivers in here. I see a few names I'm not familiar with, but I believe they're also DRL veterans. I heard everyone make a big fuss when Tommy Bordeaux announced his return. What do you know about Tommy?
I know Tommy can drive a car. I know that much. I haven't really raced with him. I raced in the Cup, I think maybe 6 or 7 races last year, and then I did the Pro Series and the K&N Series. I actually didn't do too bad. I got 3rd in the championship. But I don't recall racing against Mr. Bordeaux, but I do know that he can drive a car. He's like the Anthony Burroughs and Austin Haig and Eric Wolf. He's right up there with them gentlemen.
Yeah, his reputation definitely seems to precede him. I hear no Roval track is safe.
Yeah, I don't know what a Roval is.
You're when we go road racing with the big old heavy stock cars.
Oh yeah, well, I was telling you earlier, you can count me out on that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get out there and tear up somebody's car. I'm not a road racer in stock car. I do like the Indy cars though, I really do. Now we got like 24 minutes before these gentlemen get ready to take their qualifying laps, and I believe they're gonna have a drivers meeting here in just a few minutes. And then they'll do a pit party, which is where everybody lines up on pit road, and they'll go out and they'll do a practice start. I'm a big fan of that practice start. It gives everybody the opportunity to understand how the restarts are going to work, and you can tell a lot by that practice if we're going to have a good night or a bad night.
Yeah, absolutely, and hope these folks can get any last minute jitters out of the system on that little practice run they do.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's John Mullins. He puts up a bunch of practice races or practice sessions for these gentlemen to go in all week long. So if you're not taking the advantage of getting some practice in and driving around your fellow competitors, then that's your loss. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and that's certainly nice of them. I know Jordan Gonzalez hosts a few as well. So, and along with the our league races, they've timed the series this year to where you're going to have a full week of official racing before we even get to league nights. So these drivers shouldn't have any excuse to being well versed.
Oh, exactly. So yeah, so it's Monday night now. We're running Daytona, and let's see.
So the tracks have actually switched over.
We're at 78 degrees with 6-mile-an-hour winds out of the southeast for the Ghostbusters Grand National it's 150. Wow, I don't know why I was thinking 125. So it helps if you look and pay attention to the information that you get. Yeah, and our next race is going to be Atlanta for the 126. So yeah, we'll get a whole weekend. They got it timed just right because, like I say, Atlanta's already up, so you can practice now for next week.
Yes, sir.
So that's really good. Hey, everybody, please join in tomorrow night for our Cup Series at Daytona. We will be running a 250 there. It's going to be a really exciting race. I'm looking forward to racing that race myself along with Chris James.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to running that too. Gonna probably be playing it safe, hanging in the back, and just see how the race develops. Kind of like these Grand National drivers should be doing tonight. I would imagine, especially with going being a 150.
Right. Well, I'm going to take the actual opposite. I'm going to do the best I can to get as far up as I can, and then I'm going to hold it on the bottom and pray for 100 or 250 laps. Or I'm going to pray for 249, and I'm going to just go out on lap 250. And when I say go out, that means either I hit the wall or I cross the start-finish line, one of the two.
Yeah, I want to say they call that checkers or wreckers.
Yeah, well, that's just the way I am. I want to ride for 249 laps and pull a Austin Dillon there at the end and just force my way in there at the back. And I'm like you. Sometimes you may want to sit back there in the back, but my problem is that right there. I don't see the wrecks in time. I don't know if you got to see what I was talking about. I don't even remember. I don't even notice the car numbers that was wrecking just a second ago. But if they wreck up in front of me, it's grass or I'm going to hit them.
No, I seem to do okay with. Well, I tell you what, I'm probably the same with you because I avoid the wrecks I can see, right? So that goes to say I'm wrecking those ones I don't.
Oh yeah, I know that's right. And I've gotten a lot of practice this week with getting my back end turned around. Somebody just gets on that quarter panel and you get net code or they actually hit you. That just upsets me. And I hope the 75 car gets a little bit better mirrors for the race. Who is in the 75? That's William Edwards. William Edwards. He didn't see the cars coming there. And like they caught a big one right there.
Yeah, one thing for sure, you definitely need to have the situational awareness. You got to know who's down left, who's up high, and probably want to know who you can trust to drive around. And I'm sure these guys, after this first race, would kind of get an idea about that for the season ahead.
Well, this is a feeler. A lot of people say all you got to do is hold it to the floor and turn left, but I've been driving Daytona and Talladega for years, and I can tell you it's a little bit more than that.
I will get in a shouting match with a few of my buddies who are avid road racers, and you know, they go out and say, "Oh man, you're just turning left. How hard can it be?"
Yeah, I don't know. It just, for me, it's a little bit harder than that. You can't see it in front of you. You have to really depend on the driver in front of you to hold his line, and the car behind you and above you. The car behind you, you don't want him bumping you if you're the third car in line, and you got cars that are side drafting. You've got to pray that if you're the one side drafting, that the guy on the bottom holds, and if you're the guy on the top, you want to make sure you get as close as you can without hitting him. So yeah, I believe it's a little bit more than just holding it to the floor and turning left.
Yeah, you nailed it right on the head. I don't know what your experience here in the B cars this week and the official races have been, but I've noticed that low line that's running down through turn 3. That's where I've seen the majority of the wrecks happen. They will not hold it down on that yellow line and come up into the outside lane.
Well, I've had quite a lot of experience this week with the B cars, as I lost my A license and I have been forced to run the B cars all week. And you're right. It's the second line is actually really good, and believe it or not, these cars can get around here 3 wide, and I believe we got a good caliber enough drivers that we can actually see them do that here tonight. We all know 4 wide don't work.
3 wide racing. No, not it.
I would love to see 3 wide racing here tonight with these gentlemen, clean and green all the way. That would make for an exciting race here tonight. But if anything goes by the way that I've been running races here this week, you're going to see a lot of 2 wide racing, as the high side does work, and you don't really need but 2 or 3 cars to make that high side work.
Absolutely. I think we got a chat question. They want to know how fast are the B cars compared to the A cars?
Oh, well, I don't know if we can find out the question, that answer, by going in car, but let's...
I tell you what, just remembering, yeah, we'll bring up someone, we'll see how fast they're going. I think they're kind of comparable when these cars get in the draft.
Well, they're hitting at least 200 mile an hour down the backstretch in the draft, that is for sure.
Yes,
but
sir.
We're riding along.
202.
Let's see. We're riding along with Eric Weatherholtz, and yeah, it's not telling us how fast he's going, but if I'm not mistaken, you can qualifying laps. You're gonna be pretty slow. It's 178 down the back stretch, if I'm not mistaken, and then it drops down as much as 173 in the turns. And that is if you maximize the 2 out laps as close to the wall as possible, and your 3rd lap on that yellow line. And that's been my experience all week long.
Yeah, on that last 3rd qualifying lap, you can come across that start-finish at about 182, 183. In the A car, I think you're coming there around 188,
yeah.
190.
Yeah, 190, 192, if I'm not mistaken. I know that you head off into the turn and you're doing like 190, and it doesn't drop below 188, or at least it doesn't for me for my qualifying. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm in the 43s or 44s, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I've run a car here at Daytona, and with losing the A license, I couldn't tell you. At least not in a while. We'll find out tomorrow night how fast I can go.
Yeah, buddy. Now, one thing I can tell you that you'll notice, the A cars might be faster, but with this year's draft package, if you let off for a second in that A car, you're gonna lose that pack, and that's a little different in these B cars.
Yeah, the B cars actually handle a lot better, I've noticed this week in driving, and not just the handling package, but you can suck right up to the back end of the car in the B cars, and in the A cars, just for some reason you can never really get to the back door unless you're really got somebody pushing you like that right there in the back. How the 78 and the 40 are drafting.
Here we got the 78 of Mark Vega.
Yeah, and it takes like the 22 to be right on the back, or as close to the back of the 40 before he can bump you if you're in the lead. So it's really hard to do that for the A cars. That is, you know, it just for some reason the A car package just does not allow for the draft bump. Now, when you get 3, 4, 5, and 6, yeah, you can slam into the back end of them and turn them or whatever. But it's just like those first 3 cars; they just have a hard time getting to each other.
Absolutely, and like you were saying earlier, it's just gonna be the leader should just be pushed by the car ahead of them. The other guy should back off, hang in the draft. It's when we get these sandwiches that these wrecks are gonna happen if we get any. I was listening, and then I was listening in the driver chat, and I could already hear a couple of them going on. People saying, "Hey, man, don't bump me. I'm pushing the leader." So they're aware. They're all talking. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's the one thing I can't stand, is to be the 3rd car in line and somebody beating on my back door. I got nowhere to go. I can't go any further. I mean, beating on me's not going to do any good. The most you're going to do is turn me either into the grass or turn me into the high line. And if you do that, I'm going to make sure that we're both in the infield.
Yeah, being 3 deep like that, it's not fun being the meat.
Shh, everybody, y'all didn't hear that for tomorrow night. No, I'm a clean racer. I try to be a clean driver, and I want you to race me the way I race you. Now, if you think that I'm pinching you down and just racing you the wrong way, then you race me that way. But if I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that I'm running you clean, I'm giving you room, I'm giving you the line, don't pinch me down, don't bump me and wreck me, because I'm here for having fun. We put this league on for fun, and there's nothing worse than to come out here and be in the 3rd lap of a race and having to spend 22 minutes on pit road to get your car repaired. That just, it kills me.
There you go, brother. Yeah, that's never a fun position to be in.
Well, I understand accidents happen. I understand we have net code because we're on a sim and racing over the internet, and anything can happen. But to come out and think you're going to win 125, 150, 250 laps on lap number 1, it can't be done. I have never seen anybody win a race on the 1st lap, and I've been racing for a long time.
You are so correct, but you can definitely lose it.
You can sure lose one, that's right. I see some really nice cars out here.
I'm watching this pack that I believe Mark Vega was drafting in. It looks like 40 took over that pack, and they got a nice little group.
And I don't know what let me try to redo my paints, because the 40 cars should be like a camo color? You said that was Control R, right?
Control R, yes sir. Oh yeah, that's the 40 of Tater Bowman.
And do you see him in the
I am currently showing him in a pink car, so yeah, I might need to get that updated.
Yeah, that's what I see him in too. And
but I see other cars that I know are running custom paints that
there he goes. He's now in the Navy car. It says. Now, if anybody doesn't know, Alan Bowman or Tater Bowman, he is a Navy chief, and he's actually sponsoring the Fast Lane Navy Chief series of our Cup series this year. I want to get a, let me see if I can find it real quick.
It sounds like we're having driver announcements going on right now. Little pre-race etiquette and guidelines that we like to follow here in the DRL to ensure the cleanest racing possible. I know, like I said, I'm new to the league, but the league is incredibly well organized. A lot of great guys in here. That just I think their ultimate goal would be to become the premier series of iRacing, and I tell you what, they're well on their way just from the little that I've seen.
Well, we do strive to do the best that we can and put on the best that we can. And as you can see, we are sponsored in this particular series by Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters. And if anyone is not familiar with Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters, they are a charity. They're like Make-A-Wish Foundation. They try to provide wishes, or they put on events such as the Autism Speaks. I believe they're going to have one in July. It's called Autism Speaks. And what they do is it's going to be just like a run, like a marathon or something. I'm really not, I didn't get that much information off of it because their website didn't have that much information about the event that's coming up July. But they do all kinds of events for autism and cancer awareness, and for children that are terminally ill or have terminally ill diseases. They are looking for, if I'm not mistaken, they're looking for like $7,000 this year for donations to be able to do what they want to do. And so if you got a little pocket change and you want to help out Northeast Ohio, I'm pretty sure that there'll be a link description in our broadcast. I'm really not sure who set it up, or if I know that they got to have a link there at the bottom of the screen. So check out Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters. They are a sponsor of this league, and we are very happy to have them.
Absolutely, definitely a worthy cause, and I was able to pull up that link. And if you're wanting to help show support and make a wish for some child in need come true, head over to www.neoghostbusters.com. That's NEO Ghostbusters.com.
Yeah, I really am a big fan of anybody who is willing to do that. You know, St. Jude, I'm a big fan of that place as well. Anybody who can say that they're doing it for the children, that's always a big thing with me. I know what it's like to have someone in your family suffer, and I get kind of choked up. I lost my mother last year to cancer and COPD, and you know, she wasn't a child, but she fought so hard to stay alive there at the end. They told us that she would die within a couple hours, and I spent 16 days in the hospital with my mother after they pulled the plug. And yeah, she fought real hard, and she waited basically until my brother got there. My brother came up, and as soon as he walked into the room, he told her that he loved her, and 5 minutes later she was gone. But I lost my grandmother and my grandfather and my mother all back to back within 14 days of each other. So yeah, it was a bad year for me last year.
Yeah, sorry for your losses, and hopefully this year can be a little better, and you can definitely speak to the kind of difference that these organizations like the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters can make.
Yeah, I really want you to get, if you can afford to, I know I'm going to give a little bit of money to them this year just because they sponsor this league. Well, it's not just because they sponsor this league. It's because what they do for the children. That's the thing. And we're really happy to have them on board. And it looks like we got 4 minutes till qualifying. So you got any predictions on the poll? It looks like Derek Pemberton is the fastest car in the draft so far.
Yeah, and you know that's not always the whole story. But I do know Derek Pemberton. He is he's a pretty quick driver. I've seen him keep up with you know, the likes of Anthony Burrows. I can't remember the race that we did the other day, but I think it might have been one of our duels.
I believe he did win one of the duels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Derek can run.
Yeah, he's a really aggressive driver, though. he's going to make you fight for his position. If you're going to take it away from him, you're going to know you were there to try to take it away from him, because he doesn't roll over on you. And I kind of like that style of racing. But then again, you want to try to be safe out there.
Absolutely, and like you were saying, I like to be raced the way I race. I will race you the way you race me, though.
Exactly right.
But it comes down to me. As far as this prediction, let me go out here and say. Wow, as far as qualifying, it's tough. I mean, these guys are going to be separated by a thousandth. Yeah. I'm thinking.
And it looks like we got 31 to 32 drivers in this field, which is really, I wasn't expecting that many drivers here tonight.
Yeah, really happy to see the turnout that we have here. It just goes a testament how much DRL is growing.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping my system holds up for the night with the replays and everything.
Yeah, we'll work through it, man.
Well, if we can just get through to May 8th, oh, not January, March 8th, yeah. If we can get through to March 8th, I'll have a system to make sure that we have these broadcasts in full color and full HDMI and 1080p and all the graphics turned on, all that good stuff.
Can't wait to see that. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say Tater Bowman's going to take the pole. See how that works out.
And I'm going to say Ryan Branch. And I've been actually watching Ryan a little, and he's got a fast car. He's got a fast car in the draft. He doesn't panic when he's 3 wide, and I believe that he's going to at least take the pole. My second pick would be actually Derek Pemberton, just because I know he can get the pole, and he's done it before in DRL, and I believe he's done it at this track, and I believe he did it again in the duels. I'm not sure if he got it in the duel or if he got it in the 250.
Yeah, I don't recall that. Derek Pemberton would be a strong one. I'll definitely take him in 2, and I'll go with Ryan Hesgard in 3.
You got you a good pick there.
Yeah, I've driven with Ryan outside of this league and other events, and he's always makes a strong showing. Well, and I tell you what, look for Ryan. I could be wrong. Look for Ryan to kind of hang out in the back and wait for the race to develop. I notice he likes to do that a lot.
Well, the thing is you got to put a time in with these leagues. So if you're going to hang out in the back, you better start now and wait till you see 3 seconds to go before you cross that finish line if you want to be in the back.
Absolutely. And just saying that, as I said it, I'm going to go ahead and take Ryan out of my top 3 because I think he's going to kind of hold back a little to start further towards the back. We'll see here in a moment.
We will see here in just a second. Let's see when they take in.
And top 3 qualifying, that is.
So we said Hesgard, and let's see if old Hesgard's already on the track. Yep, he's headed out. Oh, now that's the pretty car.
And I'm monitoring our stream chat here, and we got a few Tater fans, it seems. JC also wants to say go number 52 of Braden Hill.
We'll keep an eye on him tonight as well then. You know, that is a pretty car. I got to say that is a really, really nice car. I can't remember who his racing team is, but I know he's got some driving partners. So let me see if I can't find out who he's with right now.
Talking about old Hesgard?
Yeah. Looks like William Edwards is his teammate here tonight. And who was the gentleman we were going to keep an eye on? Brandon Hill?
Brandon Hill, yes, sir.
He's got some good drivers there with him as well. He's got Brandon Red and Eric Weatherholtz and Sean Timmerman. Those are going to be drivers that are going to be working with him. Or at least they're in their chat together anyway.
Yeah, we'll be looking at them to work together. And I want to say, well, I don't want to screw up their team name.
Yeah, we're going to get some more information. We'll have all that wrote down. Did Ryan hit the wall? Because he looks like he's going awful slow. Oh, he is taking a slow lap.
Ryan is taking that, and I'm taking a look at William Edwards, and he is doing the same.
And Dustin Ickard is actually moved his way up into third. And I wonder if I'm pronouncing that right. Would you say Ickard?
Who are we talking about?
33. But Dustin Ickard, maybe?
I would maybe say Eichert.
Okay.
We'll have somebody correct us. And just got confirmation, Ryan Hesgard and crew are with Silent Syndicate Racing, S2R.
S2R, that was it. Oh, right now, Alex is on the pole. I'll let you try to pronounce his last name.
Alex Hostler looks like he's back down at 5th as James Arello takes over the lead.
Yeah, James is a fast driver. I've seen him take a lot of poles. Well, actually, he took one pole, I know for sure, last year. That's what got him into the shootout.
And James Arello actually won that shootout.
Yeah, he did.
Keep an eye on him tonight.
Well, you can't count him out ever. You can't count
I'm gonna
out
tell you right now,
Zach Wetstein either, who's currently sitting in 5th position.
Oh man, a lot of good drivers out here, a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
Christopher Pope there in the 22, currently holding down the outside starting spot. Look for Chris to make a strong showing tonight.
Well, we got a little less than a minute and 10 seconds to go. So if anybody's going to try to take that pole off of him, they need to do it now. And I only see 20 cars so far that's actually put a time up. These other drivers need to start putting times up. Crossing the start-finish line now if they're going to do it. Because if I'm not mistaken, don't they get penalized for having to make a stop and go if they don't put a qual time up?
I believe that does give you a stop and go. Yes, sir. So it is in everyone's best interest to post a qualifying lap, even if it's 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yep. Now we may not be as strict on it the first race, but
yeah, people run into issues. Maybe you bump a wall, maybe you lose the connection, and
well, they'll come across the radio and let the admins know if that's the case.
Roger that. With 8 seconds left, though, I'm showing at least 8 drivers though that still have not posted a time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few more. And looks like Clay Phillips was the last one to get one in.
Yep, he was the last one to get one in, and that leaves Daniel Hallis, Derek Pemberton, which really surprised me that he didn't qual. Clay Phillips, Ryan Branch, Jeffrey Meir, Christopher Pope, Mark Vega, and Daniel Hallis did not post.
You know, there might be a little bit of strategy going on there as well.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can't. I hope. Let me see what's going on real quick. Okay, now let's get our grid. We got James Larillo on a pole. We got Christopher Pope is second, and Robert Armstrong is third. Sean Timmerman is fourth. Zach Wetstein is fifth. Dustin Ickard sixth. Taylor Benjamin.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin?
Yeah. Eric Weatherholtz, James Pandolf, John Peterson, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Hunt, trying to get all this in real quick. J.R. Hager, Ryan Branch, Chase Murphy, Derek Pemberton in the 16th position, Alex Hoosler, Richard Springer, 18th, Brandon Red, 19th, Mark Vega rounds out our top 20, Jeffrey Mears, 21st, William Edwards, 22nd, Tommy Bordeaux, 23rd. And you know that's got to be a strategy call there.
That would be my call there.
Of Ryan somebody. Why did we not have his last name?
That would be Ryan Hesgard.
It is Ryan Hesgard. But why is it not showing his name? I talked to iRacing about that. Anyway, Ryan Hesgard rounds out the 24th position. Do you want to try to pronounce this guy's last name? Kleinschmidt? Matt Kleinschmidt?
I think you did a pretty good job there.
And
Matt Kleinschmidt, yes sir.
And Tater Bowman rounds out the 26th. Right. Clay Phillips, 27th. Daniel Hallis, 28th. Spencer Tart, 29th. Mike Lemon is 30th. Stacy Beddard, I'm going to say it's Beddard, 31st. Brandon Hill, 32nd. And I believe that's going to round out everything.
And down our field, looks like we have to 32 cars tonight.
That's what it looks like. 32 drivers in the field, yes sir. And you want to make sure I lock it right here on James Laurelio, and I'm going to let you take us to green, brother. How about that?
All right, it sounds good.
All right.
All right. DRL 2018 Grand National Series about to kick off here at Daytona International Speedway. James Arello starting on pole as they're coming around. .13 there on the pole. Christopher Pope out in second. I believe they do have to go on green in DRL. Is that correct? And there they go. We're off. James Arello gets a good start. That outside line is definitely going to be a factor tonight, as they are too deep all the way back. We get to 43, pushing to 22 of Christopher Pope. That's how good the side draft is working. They're not getting much help there on the outside. 22, so he's gonna get over.
Yeah, that's a nice pass right there.
That is a beautiful pass by the 22.
Well, I'm glad to see that we've made it one lap. Haven't wrecked yet. I'm sorry I had to ninja on you there.
No problem at all.
Yeah, Christopher Pope made a really nice pass. And I imagine that top line's going to start working really, really nice here in just a second or so.
Yeah, and as the race goes further on, you get a little rubber up there. I think it's going to come to effect even more than they're using now.
Well, that's the thing about the way we race is we got a car on the apron.
Oh, wow. That's it.
That was an 18 car of Bryson Hunt. He got it back gathered up and got it back on the track. So that's all well and good. Hell, I forgot what I was going to say.
Looks like we have a car in pit.
Well, that should...
Is that correct?
Yeah.
We have, is it 52?
Well, yeah, it's 52. Brandon Hill.
Not exactly sure what happened there.
Well, let's see if I can't grab a hold of him and see if he's got any damage.
Looks like we had a pass for the lead. Jangarella held it briefly, but then
we're 3 wide.
13 is out there, hanging in the middle, no help.
Well, that's the thing about that line right there. He can side draft them both, and he don't really need that help. That's what I was talking about earlier about this this racetrack here with these B cars. He doesn't really have to have the help as long as he's got the draft. And I hate to say it, but I'm already experiencing trouble with the timing screen. As I was going to go and look and try to see if the 52 had actually had damage or not.
Let me see if I can take a look, get an update. The 52. I believe the 52 might be experiencing some connection issues.
That's possible. We got James Larilio on the outside, and we got Sean Timmerman is in third. Christopher Pope is in first, and I'm wondering why my counter's doing whatever it wants to do. Lord, I can't wait to get the new system. That's going to help out a lot. And the only thing about it is I'm still waiting on my Bitcoins to be cashed out. So, yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I do Bitcoins.
We won't hold that against you.
I've been doing it for about 5 years. It pays the bills. So
there you go.
It's
Christopher
really nice.
Pope in 22 of the Navy car. He's getting a good old push from that inside line. 3 is helping a lot. Who's at 3?
That's Robert Armstrong.
Robert Armstrong.
You got James Pandolf's up there in the mix in the top 5. He's on the outside in that 74 car.
And that outside line looks like they might be getting a run here soon.
Yeah, especially with the 43 of Sean Timmerman beating on the back door James Larilio. But see, the thing is he's not holding it low enough. And I'm assuming they don't want to hold it that low as early in the race, but my experience this week is if you can hold it as close as you can on that bottom to the driver on the inside, you will actually pick up the speed with the side drafting and get cleared. Now he may get them cleared in another lap or so, but if he holds it down just a little bit closer, he'd be able to pull that 43 with him. And the way the 99 has got his gap of Zach Wetstein, and it was the 8 car of Taylor Benjamin. That's what I was talking about. That looks like almost like Cup. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We were talking about the 99 machine?
Well, yeah, the 99 and the 8, and how much distance is between the 2 cars. And you look at the high line, there is no distance between 13, 43, 74, and 33. I mean, they're tucking right up there with each other.
Absolutely. That outside line is holding it close, getting organized, and going to give Chris Pope and crew a run for their money.
Well, it scored James Larilio the last time around as the leader. So you got to give him that lap lead. And it looks like we got cars already that's, well.
Yeah, we've gotten really spread out. Haven't really got 2 distinct packs going yet. But we've got some definitely cars that are in danger of losing the draft.
And I must have missed something because somehow or another Robert Armstrong got in front. Just bear with me here just a second. This thing's doing what he wants. So we got Christopher Pope on the bottom. And Robert Armstrong got around somehow to the second position on the high side. And I'm doing everything I can to get it back up. I think we just about got there now. Ooh!
Oh,
the three's in the wall. And that was Armstrong. 3 has hit the wall. He has kept it out of danger. We do not get a yellow. The men's may throw a yellow, but I don't think they will. And that was just unfortunate for him, because he's got a lot of right side damage.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Now, one thing I did notice with these, they can be a little touchy. Just a little bit of contact off center will send these B cars spinning.
It doesn't matter whether it's the B or the A car, either one. It's still, you touch them in that quarter panel or you hit them off center, you're going to turn them up or down. We're going to ride up front here with this 10 car breakaways. 24 or 74 decides he's going to shoot to the high line of James Pandolf. We're going to try to stick up front as much as possible here tonight unless we actually can catch a caution and I can actually bring it to the timing screen. My ATVO again updated this afternoon, and it seems to do whatever it wants to when get that first update. And I tried to do a couple of practices this afternoon to try to get the bug work out of it, but I don't know, something's going on with the timing screen. Are you experiencing the same problem?
It seems to be doing what it wants to do. Yes, sir. And I was going through that last incident with the 3 and the 13, trying to piece together exactly what might have occurred there to send a 3 in the wall.
Well, there's contact on the 3 car for sure, because he's got damage on the right nose or left nose, and I guess he burned Armstrong into the wall, because there's definite damage on Mr. Laurelio's fender there.
Yeah, I think there's a little both. The 3 might have drifted down a bit, the 13 up, and when they met, he was on the right quarter panel.
Well, he's got the 43 back to the lead. We put Sean Timmerman up into the lead now. That was a nice little pass right there. He didn't help his brother out. Now see, I clicked that like 4 or 5 seconds ago. There's damage on the 22 as well as damage on the 13. So Christopher Pope's got damage along with James Laurelio, and there are the up front cars.
Yeah, and with that damage, they're going to do everything that they can to stay in that draft.
Well, if they
just
don't
hold that line, they're going to force.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I don't see how James is still doing it on the high side. And just give it a second, and we'll get back to TV2. But this is a really cool shot right here, looking back on the cars.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the broadcast view here, but yeah, ATVO has been a little unresponsive in my testing at times. So haven't seen where the issue lies yet. Usually it's a restart, unfortunately.
Well, the issue that I always have with it is when I bring the timing screen up, you know, it'll work fine for practice, and then when we get into the actual race, it's like I click, wait 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and it may go to what it's supposed to do. And, you know, just like that TV screenshot, I clicked to do the rear chase, and it went there 30 seconds later, and then it went to TV2 30 seconds later after I clicked it. So it's an issue with ATVO for sure. And
absolutely. I'm glad I'm not the only one that was experiencing it, as we got the 43 still up here in the lead, being pushed strong. In the you said the 22 of Pope has some damage?
Yeah, he does. He has damage on the right hand side of his nose. He's got a lot of damage on the right hand side. And Larilio, looks like he's got a connection issue. He's blinking, but he doesn't have that much damage on his left fender, so he may be able to hold strong. Just come in when everybody comes in. They may fix all of that by the time they get the tires and gas in the car, because it doesn't look that bad. 22 definitely got a lot of damage on his right hand side.
Yeah, and I can take a look at that now, but that outside line, they're slowly getting back up there. The 12 is pushing the heck out of the 13.
And yeah, that's Eric Weatherhurst. He's got his nose just glued to his back door when he comes off these turns. And I'm just wondering if that's got a lot to do with the damage that he has.
The damage of 13, yeah.
Now, that some of these drivers may decide to get a little impatient and shoot the gap here and go 3 wide just to get around him. And if that happens, or if they bump him, if the 12 bumps him up, sends him up into that 3rd lane, you'll definitely see that middle line come in as Mr. Larilio will go backwards.
Yeah, look for that to happen. If 13 swings wide enough to leave a gap for the 12 to get through, he might take that and
I would.
the field. I absolutely would.
Well, if I'm all over him like that right there, going into the turns, all over his back door, there's going to come a time when I don't hit you in the back end, and I'm going to try to shoot that gap and hope somebody behind me goes with me.
Absolutely. I did that last night as 02.
And J.R. Hager just dropped from the high side and went to the bottom as he's looking to try to possibly to get by the 13 to get up front. I know he likes to lead or take any opportunity he can to get as close to the front as possible. Now he's a little, he's like 16 or 17 years old. He's just a youngster, but he can drive a car.
As the Real World NASCAR Series will show you, it's the youth movement, and these kids can drive, and most of them, if not all, are starting right here on the iRacing.com simulator.
Well, you know, during the race, they were talking about that.
I heard that.
They were saying that a lot of drivers use this sim just to get the practice in and to learn their marks. Not so much as setups, but as to being able to know the track, know their marks, when to hit them. They say it's a great tool, and I wouldn't know because I've been begging iRacing to get Bowman Gray in, and if they ever put Bowman Gray in here, I don't know. So you give me the, well, I call it the Bumblebee cars, but it's not. It's the stadium stock editions. And my brother-in-law races over there, and I crew chief, work on the car, and I'm supposed to get to run some this year. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I would love to have Bowman Gray here at iRacing and the stadium stock cars.
I've never been lucky enough to get a chance to go out and race, though I've been waiting for the opportunity to maybe get out to Kentucky Speedway and do the Richard Petty experience or something like that. I feel from driving here in Sim, I could get out there and not miss much of a beat.
It looks like Robert Armstrong finally decided to make pit road. I figure he's 23 laps in. He's probably short pitting now and getting some damage fixed. Of course, now when he comes back out, he's not going to be in a really good position.
Yeah, he's going to be probably need a caution to get back into this one.
Or two.
Or two, yes, sir. And I'm not sure if the 12 is aware of the damage that might have been holding up the outside line of the 13 of James Arello. But the 02, he's thinking to himself, this line's just going too slow. I'm getting out front here.
That's what I said. Hager, like I said, he was doing everything he can to get on the bottom to clear the 13 of Little Aurelio. Once he got him clear, he shot right up to the high line. But see, now I think the problem's going to be is that Aurelio doesn't quite have enough car to get to his back end to push him around because of the damage that he has in the front end.
Yeah, unless he gets some help.
He's going definitely to see he can't. He's on his back door, but he's not being able to bump him like the 12 was of Eric Weatherholtz was bumping the 13. So he's right there on him, and the only reason he's not hitting him now, I believe, is to keep from not spinning him into the inside. But you got to give it up to Sean Timmerman. He's running a pretty good race so far. But I think if Hager gets a chance to get that car on the bottom in the front, he's going to take it.
Look for him to drop.
Yeah.
Drop quick. His only problem right now, I think that he might not be there, is like we've been saying, is the 13 of James Arello. Not getting the push.
I think James Pandolf was looking to take a drop down in between the 8 and the 20. He just was not able to make that cut. He looked like he was going for that hole anyway. But I got to say, it's just about what I expected, you know, with the two-car racing. And we've actually seen some pretty wide racing here, so it's not a bottom line feeder race. And I have to drive that, but I don't like to see it.
Yeah, 10-4, but we made it through 26 laps of good, clean racing.
I'm hoping we make it to another 26 more so we can get a green flag pit stop.
I'm with you, brother.
I want to give a big hand to all the
And
people.
02 just makes the move.
Yep, he sure did. Yeah, I figured once he got clear of that 43, he was going down. And there's the number 3, Mr. Armstrong. Let's hope he keeps it high and everybody gets through.
Yeah, 3's giving him plenty of room. He just wants to get back on the train.
And Hager just got pushed to the high side. So he got a little bump, got a little help going up the track. So he was not able to hang on to that lead. And I see Laurelio's dropped down. I think everybody just dropped down for a split second to get past that lapper. And we got Pandolf. Now Pandolf will push that 2-car. He'll stay up top, but he won't stay up top long enough. Who we got in the 08? Is that 08 or 8?
See about 8. Meant to get my timing screen going myself.
It's the 08 of Murphy, Chase Murphy, and he's on the back door of Pandolf now. So if he can get them 2 cars working, they'll have a really good chance of getting up there in the lead. It's been a pretty good race so far, I think. We've seen
absolutely.
A lot of passing, being pushed on the high side, dropping down, and taking over the lead.
We've seen some early blocking from low to high to keep the lead.
Yep.
Shuffling around, but clean so far.
And I was going to look and see. Okay, it's not there yet. We'll have to work on that. I wanted to get the number of lead changes. I don't see the button for that.
Through here, it looks like we might have had somebody made contact with the wall.
It looks like the 81 of Derek yeah, that's Derek Pemberman. It looks like he's got some right side damage to his car. He's definitely got some right side damage.
I was seeing sparks flying.
And Springer's got around him to move him up into the 6th position. And it looks like Hager is finally getting pushed by James Pandolf. And Hager has made that pass. And that looks real nice, that pass. But now Pandolf is looking to have Springer push him. And you can just about bet Mr. Springer's going to be all over the back door of James Pandolf because he's wanting the lead. And it looks like Derek has got a little connection issue. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah, I'm looking at
We
the
got
car
green
right
flag
now.
pit stops coming. We got Chase Murphy in the pits, Ryan Hesgard, William Edwards, Mark Vega, and Tater Bowman are all in the pits.
Yeah, definitely some connection issues going on with the 81 of Derek Pemberton.
We're 3 wide. James Pandolf's on the outside. You got the 43 of Timmerman in the middle, and Hager's on the bottom. James Pandolf makes a heck of a move right there.
Wow.
I thought he was going to clear it and hold it down, but he decided to stay high. Now he's up high 3 wide there, 3 wide. And Pemberman has decided he's going to try to take his half up the middle. And he just slams right through the back door of Timmerman. I thought he was going to wreck as far as he was into that car with the net code. Oh, look at the back end. He hit him hard. The back end of that 43 is damaged bad.
Oh, we got cars wrecking.
We got cars wrecking.
8 coming out on track.
And the caution is out. And you said it was the 8 car?
Oh, who was I on?
It was Benjamin. If I can get to him, it's going to probably take just a second to get to him.
Scott here.
If it even lets me get there.
I think it was the 21 was avoiding a slow vehicle on the outside and came down and bumped the 23 that started all that.
Well, unfortunately, my timing screen is not going to allow me to do the replay. That kills me. But it looks like we're going to have everybody come in for pits. I imagine 4 and Go-Go Juice. What do you think?
I would take definitely a full load here. It looked like I'm still looking at that last sequence.
Well, they've went
like
33 laps. And they only got, well, I didn't say 60 laps. Okay, that's what it is, right? 60 laps tonight? 150
It is.
miles?
It is.
Oh, shoot, they can do it. Oh, look, who is that backing up? 4. The 4 car.
We have
Missed
someone
his
missed the
stop.
pit.
Yeah, that's Martin
That was a
Wenzel.
Tough break for Martin there.
Yep.
It's hard to do. Once this I'm still getting used to coming in and making these pit stops straight. You're a little off, they're going to tell you.
Oh yeah. I got mad the other day. I was running and I was wanting right side tires and fuel. Well, they wouldn't fill my car. First I overshot the pit, then I backed up. When I backed up, I was too close to the wall. Then I pulled forward, then I had to back up again. Finally, I had to back up 2 pit stalls and lean way over just to get right side tires. I was so mad. And I was doing all that under green.
Oh, well, that's a tough break. It's definitely added another, you can call it exciting element to, or strategy definitely to look for in the racing.
Actually, it all worked out just fine for me because I got out before the yellow flag come out, and so I was at the tail end of the pack and ended up finishing 3rd in that race after being, I think I restarted 20th and ended up finishing 3rd. So that wasn't that bad of a race. The 08 is going to get a wave around, it looks like, which will put Christopher Pope in the lead. Sean Timmerman is going to be 2nd. Now, if you're going to restart, where do you want to be at? You want to be on the high side or you want to be on the low side for this track?
Me personally, on that restart, I want to be on that high side. They just seem to get such a push off the start. And if I'm that second place, or if I'm that first place guy on the outside, I'm going to be able to drop down quick, probably into turn 2.
I'm with you. I want to be on the high side for the restart, and I may even jump the start a little bit, you know, because if I hear that, if my spotter tells me pace car is in, I'm gone. I don't wait for green. I'm gone. And you may end up getting a jump in the start with that if the leader doesn't actually go, but 9 times out of 10, when that pace car comes off the track, the leader actually goes anyway. Or that's been my experience in iRacing.
Yeah, I see that a lot. As with a lot of other calls here, it's a little bit of gambling involved.
Yeah, you take a chance of getting black flag when you do that.
I know folks will remember. It was in the Winter Truck Series. I was I didn't jump to start. I was just timing it. I was looking way up the track at that leader, and I saw him go, and I went, well, I kind of got to run on the outside, and we don't want that going on in the league. People shouldn't be passing before starting the start finish. But if you're starting up front there, by all means, yeah, I'm trying to anticipate that leader when he goes.
Well, I don't know about passing before the start finish line, but you got a restart zone. It's clearly marked on the wall just like it is at the real Daytona. And if I can get to that restart zone, I'm gone. And if you don't go, if I can get by and not get a black flag, I'm gone. I gotta go. I'm sorry, I can't wait on you.
Yeah, buddy.
And that Winona 39 car, that looks good. Who's driving third? That's Brandon Red. They are a sponsor of our truck series this season. From what I understand, they're not bad country band. I'm really not sure where they play at, but we'll get all that information as I'm probably most likely going to be helping out with the broadcast on the truck series as well.
Yeah, 10-4, we'll get that information, but you're right. That is a good-looking car there. I'm just a fan of that black on the neon green, just in general.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, and Christopher Pope went all the way back off the track and did something and had to catch back up to the field.
Oh wow! Let me see if we can get a situation report on that.
Green flag is out. We're back racing. But He just about didn't get back up in front in time. And I see damage to the back end of his car. So he may have got tagged by Hager. Yeah, he's definitely got damage on the right rear.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
Hager is all up underneath him. But I don't see any damage to the front of Hager's car. But he's definitely got some rear end damage. And he didn't have that. He's got damage on the left front. I wonder if that was from that earlier contact.
That's what I was just thinking. That might be from. He still looks like he's got a strong car.
Yep. I think he's getting ready to get bumped up the track here. If he don't, and Hager realizes that he can shoot the gap right here, he'll go by him.
He took a look.
He did take a look, didn't he? Looked like the 15 almost got into the wall. That's Alex Hosler.
Hostler?
Hostler? Yeah, maybe.
That might be it.
Yep, I just said it. He jumped up to the high side. He is going to be pushed by the 43 of Timmerman. And he's clear. They're both clear if they want to come down.
And there they go.
Yep.
Oh, 15. 15 wasn't clear. I think he forgot about the 22 there.
Yeah, well, he'll get a wake-up call when he hits the side of him.
10-4. That was the 15 of Hostler we were just talking about.
Yeah. And see, he's doing what I like, but he can't seem to hold it like, I like to do that side draft, but it looks to me like he's a little left and right on the wheel. And of course the 22 didn't allow him to get that bottom groove side draft. That's Mr. Pope.
He's definitely going to defend his position.
Yep, and they are 3 wide. They are 3 wide.
Oh, it was 33, bumps to 22 a bit.
I wonder if he's going to be able to get around him. Well, he did everything he could to try to get around him. John Timmerman does move to the lead. He's still got Larilio sitting back there, and Hager, you know, he ain't done.
Not by a long shot. He might be content to just sit there and push Timmerman for as long as he can.
Well, we got 19 laps to go. Is that right? Yeah, right at 19 laps to go.
10-4.
I wouldn't be sitting waiting too much longer.
No, sir. It's go time.
I mean, you know, you got enough go-go juice. You just got tires.
Yeah, these guys, they are in full form. They're thinking, I'm gonna win this thing now. Any way I can.
Well, it'd be a nice way to start out the season. Get that win, get some bonus points.
Oh yeah, that person's gonna have a little extra pep in their step for the next week. I know I would.
Yeah, until we get to Atlanta. I don't care. Atlanta to me is just another cookie cutter track.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
You're going to throw Atlanta in there with Vegas and Charlotte, right? A couple others.
I won't count Charlotte in there. You can definitely count Vegas and Kansas City.
They're based on them.
Yeah, they're based off of Charlotte. like Texas was, they did almost everything they could to make that track look like Charlotte. Of course, they had to re-asphalt it. You remember that when Texas first come out, they had to re-asphalt the track?
They did that. We still don't have the updated, or at least the last pavement job they did on Texas. It might have been spent last year, or the end of, or beginning of last season.
Yep, Hager's moved back to the lead.
I did just seeing that.
43 is going to try on the outside, and he's getting ready to get slammed in the back end by the 15 car, pushing him right on around. I believe that's going to work again. That's what I was talking about. These Busch Grand National cars, all they got to do is get to the high side, and that high side will work. Now we got a lap car coming up. I hope he stays high.
That was the 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Looks like we.
And we got a yellow flag
we got
out.
a caution. Here we go. Put the eye on that 8.
Yeah, I bet it was, and I can't get to him. Wait a minute, I might actually get to him. Alright,
Now,
that's him.
That 8,
He's
I
in
tell
the
you
wall.
what, to his
Oh,
credit, he drove the wall.
he drove the wall. That is crazy.
That he did it. He you know what? I'm not even gonna hate on the 8 for that caution because he wanted to keep it off that, so he damn did Neo Matrix.
He did everything he could, definitely, to try not to wreck that car.
That was wild.
That was. You got to give it to him. Now let's see.
He did not want to be the cause of anything to happen here.
Well, if you're going to hold it that close to the wall and you're going to drive up on 2 wheels and go around the track driving the wall, you got it in my book, brother.
Yeah, but and he's having a little trouble. His car is sideways. I guarantee you he's holding the steering wheel about 90 degrees to the right.
Oh,
Try
I
to
bet
hold
he
that car
is.
straight.
And we'll get back up with the leaders here just as soon as the timing screen decides it's going to catch up. I'm hoping it decides to do it before we go green.
That's Dukes of Hazzard style right there.
Yes, it was. Hey, look, Bo, what I can do. If you're broadcasting and you can't have fun doing it, you don't need to be doing it.
There you go. Yeah, this is my first time. I'm still trying to settle in, but I'm having fun with you here tonight. That's for sure.
Well, it refuses to get off of Taylor and put me back on the lead cars.
Yeah, that last click you did, it will catch up. That's the problem I was running into, and wouldn't go to that, so I tried to click something else, and then it would eventually go through all those button sequences.
Well, it says Hager is still the leader, so eventually it will actually put him. There we go, finally. I was gonna just only get the 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I changed my mind. I'm going for 64 gigs. I ain't gonna have any problem with the loading this system up.
You could go get her done.
Well, the thing about it is I'm running 16 now. I had 32, but apparently 2 of my 8 sticks decided to take a crap on me.
Who you showing the leader? They got the O2.
I got J.R. Hager, Sean Timmerman, Christopher Pope, and then Alex And then Dustin, and then James Larilio. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. Since we got 13 laps to go, I imagine we're going to have a 10 to 11 lap shootout by the time we take the green.
Yeah, hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be fun.
Okay, I'm going to remove the... It might remove the pit toggle here in a minute. Yep, there it went. See, that's... Makes me want to just kick this machine, you know what I mean?
Trust me, I know. Yeah, I need to talk to our production crew to see if they ran into any issues with that during their builds or testing, but I know I was having the same kind of thing going on.
Well, I think as we were talking the other day, I think my bottleneck is my processor. Pretty sure that's where it's coming in. Because like I say, I got two 1070s, and they're SLI together, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So, but we'll get the i7 4.3 and 64 gigabytes of RAM added with these dual 1070s.
All right. The lights appear to be off on a pace car. I think we're about to go green.
I think we are. So we're looking at 12 laps.
Looking at 11 lap shootout.
Unfortunately, this is not NASCAR, and we will get a green-white checker, or if it breaks with 5 to go, that's going to be the end of it. And I do not want to see it first race of the season to be finished under yellow.
Yeah, we're all going to be hoping for that green flag finish.
Well, James, I appreciate you showing up here tonight with me. It's been a lot of fun. I do these broadcasts, I've done them a lot by myself, and it's really hard to sit here and broadcast these races and to get frustrated at the timing screen.
Yeah, my pleasure. Pleasure on being here, and I can understand. I know I've been just gone blank a few times, so I can appreciate trying to hold it down as a one-man show. I know Ryan Branch and Martin Winslow, they do an awesome job. I believe they're broadcasting the Cup race tomorrow.
Yeah, they are, and got to give it to Martin Winslow and John Mullins and what's his name? Oh Lord,
Gordon Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Yeah, and you got to give it.
Oh, we're back to green.
They do a lot of really nice work with our graphics and everything in our graphics package.
They absolutely
4 wide back there in the back. I just saw that. I hope they straighten it out before they get to the turn here.
Oh,
and
you got a caution.
You want to check that out if you can?
Yeah, I'm looking through here.
If you can catch that and see what it is, maybe just give us a play-by-play on it, because I want to stay up front and don't want to fight the timing screen.
Yeah, you're good. I think it might have been a case of someone anticipating the start that didn't happen.
Right. Well, when I look back, I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. They were 4 wide.
Yeah, there was a car that actually had to drop down below the double yellow line there to avoid contact, and that kind of had an accordion effect all the way up to the outside.
Wow. Well, we're going to have 8 laps to go when we restart.
You You know what, David? I think the leader might have done a little checkup job.
You think?
Hold on, let me not. I don't like having foot and mouth disease. Let me double check this.
He looks like he's got some damage in the back end.
That's usually an indicator.
And I don't remember seeing it there before. Of course, my memory's about as long as my pinky.
I'm not far off the older I get. I tend to walk into rooms more often than not and forget why I did that.
Oh Lord, don't even go there. You wait till you get my age. Go looking for your glasses and they're on top of your head and they've been there for the last 2 hours. I've done it. I've done it. My wife, have you seen my glasses? And she'll giggle. She'll giggle at me. I'm like, what are you laughing at? She's there on your head. I got perfect 20/20 vision until it comes to sitting down at this computer or reading something. Then I can't see nothing. I gotta have glasses.
I got perfect 20/20 vision until I explained something to my wife, and apparently I'm just wrong and don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh, that's called hindsight, brother. Hindsight's always 20/20 when it comes to the wife. She's always right. She's never wrong. And when in doubt, refer to rule number 1. She's always right. Actually, believe it or not, I had that in my wedding vows. Not quite exactly wrote that way, but it was part of my wedding vows.
I had something like that. My best man, you might have heard this one. I've seen it done a few other times. You know, took my hand. It was during the speech. Put my hand over her hand, and then at the end of the speech, saying that was about the only time I was going to have the upper hand.
Yep, that's about right. I got a good wife, though. It took me the second time to get one, but I got a really nice wife.
Yeah, the same here, and she allows me to come out and do what I love.
Well, she's into the wrestling, so Mondays and Tuesday nights are pretty much okay for me doing the broadcast, but she kinda, when I told her I was gonna help out Wednesday night, she, you know, didn't quite like it, but she understands. She understands that I want to be a part of this league and do as much as I can for this league. And if it means sacrificing a couple of hours on Wednesday night to help out on the broadcast, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I hear you on that. She's gotten used to it.
Oh yeah, like I said, from the time I get up in the morning till I decide to go back there and watch some TV with her, I live on this computer. And it's usually from anywhere between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Unless I'm broadcasting, then I'm here till 1 and 1:30 in the morning. Because there's a lot that goes into it. You know, we broadcast, we got to break it down, you know, have our admin meeting. So,
yes.
I mean, it's not, we don't just throw these things together. I mean, there's a lot of planning, gentlemen and ladies, if you want to run in this league. This is a really nice league. I'm not sure if we're still taking applications or not, but you can check with James Pandolph. I'm sure that he would be more than happy to let you know if there's spots still open. But like I said, this league here is put together. We got a lot of admins who do a lot behind the scenes. It's not just throwing these graphics together with some software and saying, hey, you guys do this and do that. There's a lot that's entailed in these, and they do a really nice job to make sure everybody has fun. And that's what league racing is all about. If you can't come out and have fun, there's no sense in being here. Looks like we're going to have 6 laps to go, or 7 laps to go on this restart. So let's pray that they make it the next 7 laps with a green. So what do you predict now? You still got James Larilio up back here, and it looks to me like he's got his car fixed.
Let me take a look. who we got here leading. If you're telling me that James Lorello has got clean car back.
It looks like his fender's fixed. He didn't have that much damage to start with.
With 6 laps to go, look for a really strong run from that gentleman right there.
We got Bordeaux sitting in 5th now. And actually, I think he's actually in 4th. It's saying he's in 5th on my timing screen, but he's the 4th car on the outside. Don't you see him losing 03?
Oh yes, sir. He's definitely one of those guys that started towards the back.
Yeah, well, that's where that's where he pulls in for his driving. He's really consistent. He's really a safe driver. I've seen him do that in a couple of races and just come back and just dominate at the end. But he's sitting right there in the catbird seat, right there with the 22.
I see that. That's what I was getting ready to say. 22. Look for him to make a really strong run. You also got Clay Phillips up there in the mix. Mark Vega, Ryan Hesgard, Derek Pemberton still ain't gone away.
Well, we green flag racing. We'll find out in 6 laps.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Aurelio, hang on to it, brother.
And unfortunately, the 81 still seems to be blinking a bit. We hope that won't become a factor.
There goes the 22 down in front of the 43.
We got 3 wide there. Ooh, squeezed him down.
Now Clay Phillips gets to the back door of Bordeaux. That's going to be the end of this race. Oh, 43
oh,
turns.
No.
43. Oh, there went Bordeaux in the wall. 15. Oh, melee.
It's the big one.
It is the big one. James Pendle, he tried to avoid everything and still got hit. I think that was the whole field.
We got a car spinning on its roof.
Wow.
Well,
Let's look at this again.
Yeah, you know what? We hadn't even mentioned it.
Yeah, what do you think about
the proverbial big one.
Wow.
It took 54 laps, but we got it.
And I believe we'll finish under yellow. If they could straighten this field out, we could figure out with the timing screen. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I'd go straight to the pits too. Of course, he's probably losing spots if he does it. And we got a car back in. That was Tommy Bordeaux backing in the pits.
Oh wow! All kinds of good drivers. Good drivers collected at that one.
Yeah.
And I like that. We'll see how this shakes out. But David, who you seen in that top spot?
It's still showing James Lorello on my screen.
That's what I'm showing as well.
I think he's still on track. If he is, he's going to have damage. I'm waiting on the timing screen to catch back up because I did the replay. It'll take it just a second. Yeah, he's still in first.
We might not be done.
You think we'll get a restart?
I'm so horrible at calculating these. It's definitely something I need to work on, but only 4 laps in, got people making pit stops. We might get a lap or 2.
Now, the administrators do have the ability to go overtime if they choose to do so. I just don't know if they would do that or not. And there's a bunch of cars on pit road.
Unless they were so badly damaged, the only thing I could think of is they need a repair to try and make one last go of it.
If I'm having to come in, I'm not getting repairs. I'm getting 4 tires. And I'm done with that. I'm coming out with my 4 tires and no gas. And hope my damage is not that bad. But every one of the first front runners right here, the 78 of Mark Vega, Derek Pemberton, Ryan Hesgard, and William Edwards, I'm not sure how many of the drivers that are from Brian Hesgard's back were actually involved in that wreck, but I don't see too many cars up front there with no damage.
Were we able to show that replay, or was that ATVO?
No, I got the replay in, and it was just simply the 22 just got into the back end of him and turned him, and it got sent right up into Tommy Bordeaux. And then when that happened, it blocked the track, and everybody drove into everybody. Do you see any cars in the behind Larilio that may not have any damage?
I'm on this I'm on the big one sequence here.
Well, Larilio doesn't look like he's that bad off. I mean, his car's...
He was clean. I think he might be the ones that made it out pretty clean.
But that was a wild wreck right there.
Let's see if I can watch him through that.
The first 4 cars definitely got damage.
James got into the back of the 15 a little bit, and the 15 nicked him in the side, but he got through fairly clean.
That's Pandolf?
The 13?
Oh no, that's Larilio, yeah. Yeah, Larilio doesn't, he looks like he's got a little bit of hood damage. Tommy Bordeaux is still in the pits. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to have 1 lap to go. I think you're right. I don't even know, won't even begin to try to say who's going to win this race, because you know it's going to be 3 wide.
Oh, you know it. We might see 4 wide.
Well, 4 wide won't work, I'll tell you that, but we might see 3 wide for sure.
Oh, I didn't say it would work. I said we might see it.
Well, if it's going 4 wide, I want to be the car on the apron. I know how to drive to the grass. I've done it a lot here lately. You know, the best car right now is the 08, it looks like. Or maybe even the 40 car of Tater Bowman. Tater Bowman looks like his car is in fairly still good condition. Yeah, it looks like it's still good.
You know, keep an eye on the 08 of Chase Murphy. His rear end is pristine, and he's just got a little bit of road rash on the front. Nothing too
you
terrible.
got Hesgard in front of him now. And then you got Mark Vega on the outside with him. Mark Vega's nose looks clean, but the back end looks like it's went through a ringer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
just
a little bit of damage on Tater's back end. Lights. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Lights are out, so we're definitely going back green.
We're going to get 2 laps. We're going to try to get 2 green laps in. Pace car makes that hard left, and there they go.
Hold on. 8 cars all over the back of Larilio. I think he was shoving him down the front stretch. Yeah, it didn't take him long to get 3 wide. It didn't take him long to get almost 4 wide. They're going to wreck again.
There they go.
Is.
There they go.
No yellow. There
it is.
That's the end of the race. Mark Vega is going to be our winner. Ryan Hesgard is going to be 2nd. James Larilio is going to come in 3rd. Derek Pemberman 4th. And Chase Murphy 5th. That's going to be our top 5.
Wow, that was crazy finish.
Yes, it was.
I was hoping for the green flag. that was a shame, but all in all, that was awesome race to watch. It's awesome race to call. Mark Vega did an awesome job keeping his car clean as he could and being there at the end. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, he managed to get away with just about the least amount of damage in that big wreck, and I mean, that's how we're going to have to win a race. He's going to win it that way. There's nothing you can do about it. I just hate it for all the drivers who come out and run 50 some odd laps and then the whole field gets tore up. But it was an exciting race, and the big one never even crossed my mind all night long. I didn't even think nothing about it.
You and me both. I was just watching, such great, clean racing, good car control. I was thinking, well, yeah, furthest thing from my mind.
I figured at the most somebody might get bumped up the track, shove them out of the way. Because, like I said, this league is really talented. You've been in it. You've raced a couple of races with us. You know that we can run these races green. And I was not even the big one didn't even cross my mind. Now it'll cross my mind tomorrow night when I'm sitting in the car.
There you go.
But with the racing that we had here tonight, the clean racing, I wasn't even thinking about wrecking. We had such a good clean race. Drivers giving lots of room and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
We'll get interviews in with Mark Vega, Ryan Hesgard, James Larilio, and Tater Bowman. It's showing Tater Bowman in 5th. Well, I don't believe he is though.
He might be.
Let's see. Unofficial results.
Yeah, I'm showing Tater Bowman in the 40 machine.
In the 40 machine too.
With the top 5, and something to note, Mark Vega, Tater Bowman, they're teammates of sorts, along with Christopher Pope. I think they call themselves the crazy name do they call themselves? These are a bunch of military guys.
I know they're Navy chief. I know Tater Bowman's a Navy chief in the Navy.
I think they like to be known as the dysfunctional Patriot Racing. And I tell you what, DPR kind of held it down today. He got 2 in the top 5. Christopher Pope is with him in the 22. He was up there until he got turned. It's a strong showing from that group of guys.
They'll let him do the burnouts. I'm going to try to cycle through with the finishing positions, and then we'll come back to get an interview with Mark Vega.
10-4.
It looks like Mike Lemon and Stacy didn't even take a lap. Unofficially, anyway. Okay. Well, come back. Okay, I need that right there.
We still got Mark Vega out on track?
Oh, probably. He's somewhere. I'm moving him into the broadcast room now. Hey, Mark, you got a copy there, brother?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's an exciting race. You pulled it up your rear.
Woo! Long time deserved.
Congrats to you, buddy. This is Chris James up here. We was talking about who had the cleanest car right there before that last restart, and looking through the field, David pointed out the Burger King machine in '78 had a little bit of rear end damage, but you had a crystal clean nose, and you made every bit of use of it to get up there fast.
Yeah. The plan was stay in the back the whole race and try and just save the car.
Good job. Yeah, I was about to ask, kind of talk you through it. You got a little more to add? or talk us through it.
I knew once the first caution came out, I had to move. My teammate Tater was behind me, and he was trying to get it followed through, but I just had to get up there. My teammate Pope got taken out too, so it was unfortunate.
Yeah, we saw that. He got turned there at the end. I'll go ahead and say I think the 43 might have got into him.
It was a wreck between the 22 and the 43 for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome, guys.
Well, you gave us an exciting race there at the end. And got anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
There's quite a few, if you don't mind.
And you can take your time, brother. We're here all night.
First off, I want to thank DPR, Dysfunctional Patriot Racing, Tater Bowman, Chris James, John Mullins, Christopher Pope, and I want to thank also Ryan Hesgard for the push at the end there. It was awesome. I owe him my paycheck. And James Pandoff for putting up the season and the league, and you guys especially.
Well, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate that shout out. Awesome racing. It was a joy to broadcast. Watch just having DPR up there too. I got to say, shameless plug. It was kind of cool. Good job tonight, man.
Thank you. You want to know something? To be honest with you, before I go, I just moved into my new house, and I didn't have internet till 5 minutes till 9 before the race.
Wow.
So I didn't think I was going to make it.
Holy crap! You were sweating bullets.
Yes, I was.
That's awesome, man. That even adds to it. That is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, now I gotta go drink me a cold one.
Drink one for me too. I don't drink anymore.
10-4.
Have 10 of them, man, and enjoy it. You deserve it.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, you got you a strong start for the championship, so we look forward to seeing you here in the next race at Atlanta.
Oh yeah, 10-4.
All right, Mr. Vega, you have a good evening now.
You guys too.
Yeah, later, Mark.
All right, let's see if we can't get Mr. Hesgard in here. I see, or I saw him. There he is. You got a copy there, Mr. Hesgard?
Yes, sir. How we doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. How about yourself?
Feeling good, man.
Well, you got second out of that. You pushed your buddy Mark Vega to the win. Walk us through that next to the last caution.
We had that caution there at lap 54-ish, and I don't know how I got through it. Luck had a little bit to do with it, I think.
I believe a little
Made
skipper
it out.
maybe too.
I don't know about that. But popped back out in fourth, and I just happened to have Vega in front of me on the next restart. And I asked him. I said, Vega, what's the front end of your car look like? He goes, it's real pretty, man. That's, yeah. All right. I said, I'm pushing you. So we gave him a pretty good shot out the gate. I had a really good restart. Luckily, it got him the big enough bump that he needed that we could get around Lorello there.
Well, Lorello's car was really damaged, really good in the front and in the back.
Yeah, I knew we had to, just from previous experience, I knew when there's that many damaged cars, there's going to be a really, really bad one that's going to check a lot of people up and cause, it's going to have a really good chance for a three-wide situation. So I knew we had to go, and I gave him a shot right as that green flag dropped, and it got him a good enough bump to get him to the front, and luckily I got around for second.
Well, we were sitting up here in the booth, and we had just had commented after the wreck that neither one of us had even thought anything about the big one at Daytona.
We knew it was going to happen. Just in these Xfinity cars, and anything I've been in overcast this whole week, the top side is competitive. If it would have been sunny, I don't think it would have been as fast. So I knew it was going to be side-by-side racing as soon as we came in. So we had kind of a game plan to start in the back and ride around in the back. We got ourselves a little too far back there, so we had a short pit. But luckily, there was a caution directly after the lap after we pitted, so we all got our lap back. But no harm, no foul that way. But after that, 30 to go, you got to try to put yourself in a position to at least have a shot at it.
Well, you started this race 24th and you finished second, so you can't ask no better than that going into the next race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
No, it sets me up good for the season. I'm fortunate enough. I had a big support system this week. I had a lot of guys wanting to draft with me and race with me, so I had a lot of preparation for specifically this race in the Grand National car. So I got to say a big thank you to them.
You got anybody else you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I got to shout out the S2R guys just as I did there. Got to shout out guy made my paint this morning. This is a fresh car. This is the first race I've ran with this car in this paint scheme. I just want to give a big thank you to him. He knows who he is. Thank you to you guys and the Northeast Ghostbusters Association. Looking forward to Atlanta.
Yeah, buddy. Ryan, there before I let you go, I was talking about you before the race, and I kind of know how you like to roll, kind of keep it safe, let the race play out. Kind of followed suit on that, and we're just had a clean card there at the end, and you and Mark just shot like a bullet to the front. I mean, it was no contest. You got two clean cars together, and you guys were gone. So awesome finish.
Yeah,
And Mark said he owes you half his purse, half his winning.
I told him, I said after the race was done, I was yelling at him. I said, "You owe me half a paycheck," No, it was. I knew I didn't think I got hit from behind in that big pile up. So I thought that was my mentality. I thought the back end of my car was going to be okay, but the front of it was trash. So that's why I asked if the front end of his car was going to be okay. I knew I could tuck up underneath him and make us a little bit faster than we would have been.
Absolutely, he had a pristine car, and you all took full advantage of it. Good job out there tonight, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Mr. Hesgar, you have a good evening now.
You too.
Yep.
Pop him up here, and we're gonna pull James Larilio down. Hey, Mr. Larilio, you got a copy?
Hey, fellas, gotcha.
Well, you started first. Wasn't the race that you wanted to have there, 54 laps. But you ended up coming home in the podium position of third place. Set you up real nice going into Atlanta. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I'll take it as a start. I was hoping to stay up front all night and got a little bit of damage there at the end. There was no way I was going to compete with those guys. But I dropped back to 11th after that caution and found my way back in the top 5 pretty quick. So just hoping to stay clean, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, good running. We started to see a little trouble. I think it was towards the beginning of the race, or definitely the early part of it. Looks like we made some contact. It might have been the 3 car got into the wall, and you looked to be a little damaged after that for a while, but you managed to hold it down and stay in the draft.
Yeah, I just hung on to it there, and I was able to stay in the draft and got it repaired down pit road. And after that, I was fine. I was back to full speed.
Yeah, we thought you was going to win that thing there for lap 54 wreck.
I know. I really was hoping that maybe it came out a couple laps later, and I was charging through the front before that wreck, but it wasn't meant to be.
Well, you got a nice third place finish that sets you up pretty good going into the second race of the season. You got anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters for sponsoring the series, and to DRL and you guys for broadcasting. Really enjoyed it, and excited to start off the season with the third place finish.
Well, we're happy to have you. You may be a rookie driver, but you don't drive like one, I'll tell you that.
Well, I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Larilio, you have a good evening now. We're going to try to find Mr. Murphy if he's in here somewhere. I'm going to have to roll through the grid. I'm still looking. I do not see Mr. Murphy, our 4th place finisher. Notator Bowman is here. I'm going to see if I can pull him up for an interview, and hope I'm not disturbing any administration thing. Tater, there, you got us?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Well, you got you a top 5, brother.
I sure did, man. I was hoping we'd have a couple more green flag laps. I probably had the cleanest car on the track there at the end. I probably could have made it probably top 2 situation. But I wanted, just an amazing race. Hats off to all these drivers. I mean, the first race of the season, and we ran this clean. It's pretty amazing.
Well, like I said, like I was telling James and a couple of other drivers during the interview, the big one never crossed our mind. Y'all were running so good, 2 wide and 3 wide racing, really clean. Looked like everybody out there had real nice car control. Just really surprised us on lap 54 when that big one come out. You want to walk us through that?
Well, that was about the point where me and the guys I was running with were kind of making a charge there, and to be honest with you, I just saw a bunch of white smoke and a bunch of cars. I have no idea how I got through it. I'm really surprised I didn't get rear-ended. I was on the brakes that hard. All I could see is maybe about 10 car lengths ahead of me. It just went crazy, and there were cars flipping and flying, and somehow I made it through.
Well, you started 26th. James started on the pole. Ryan Hesgard was, 24th, and Mark Vega, he was back there in the 20s too. Y'all all went from the back of the pack to the front where it needed to be, when it counted. So, great position for a top 5. You're going into Atlanta with a comfortable point standings. You got anybody you want to give a quick shout out to before we finish up this broadcast?
Yes, sir, absolutely. I want to thank, first off, JP for putting this league on. You broadcasters make it happen. All the work you've put in from coding and everything. Also, a big shout out to Dysfunctional Patriots Racing. We led a bunch of laps tonight. We got a number 1 finish and a P5. I don't know where Mr. Pope finished out, but Dysfunctional Patriots, that was our plan, to starting them back, kind of work our way up. 22 car, he wanted to run up front, and he did a really fine job tonight. And hats off to Dysfunctional Patriots, man. Bunch of ragtag group of gentlemen, and I couldn't be prouder.
Absolutely, man. Y'all were out there holding it down. Awesome race. I just can't say enough for the quality of the league, and this race right here just went and proved that further. Felt terrible for 22, and Mr. Pope. We might bring him up here for an interview to see what's going through his mind after that, because I know he was seeing the lights there at the end.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Yeah, but awesome race to you, man.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Do you see him in chat? If you do, we'll pull him in.
I do. We could pull him in together.
Well, go ahead and pull him in. I'll set him up. I have to scroll through real quick and find his name.
I got him. Mr. Pope, you got a copy?
Hello?
Mr.
Yes.
Pope.
Oh, crap. I just got back, guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, you're good. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, man, we saw there at the end you was leading. Looks like you might have been turned a bit. Take us through that.
All right, so it started off with me up top, and the 03, I guess we got offline a little bit, and I don't know how, but I got forced down to the bottom, and somehow saved that out, came in front of the 43, and then coming through the corner, had a pretty good push, and then I guess he didn't really slow down too much coming through about midway through it, and just caught me just right and spun out. Thank God the rest of the field didn't take me out too bad, but ended up being able to finish the race. But yeah, it was exciting, man. I'm just glad that DPR ended up finishing the race in first and 2 guys in the top 5, and that's all that matters. I got quite a few laps in the lead, so I should get some points there anyway.
Yeah, every bonus point counts, brother.
That's right.
Strong running by you. Strong running for your teammates. Overall good showing. I know we'd like to have the races finish green, but we know that always don't happen. I mean, it's Daytona, baby.
Yeah, it's the first race of the season, so I mean, there's going to be some hiccups, but overall it went really well, and I think a lot of the drivers did a really good job staying too wide for most of it. I was telling you what, I was white knuckled for most of the race there, but
10-4, I can believe it. We were seeing 3 and 4 wide during some portions of that race.
oh yeah, it got wild for a while there, and there's definitely a few saves. I know that first save, I don't remember exactly what lap it was, but man, they did a heck of a job behind me because I looked in the rearview mirror and it was just mayhem. But no caution, no nothing. Everybody kept on going.
Yeah, 10-4 to that. Well, here's the exciting rest of the season. Guess we can look forward to Atlanta.
Absolutely, man. You know, we got to get some practice in and hopefully we got to get showing.
You got anybody want to give a quick shout out
I appreciate you guys having. Oh, absolutely. The Ghostbusters of Ohio, I appreciate those guys and everything they do with the sponsors and whatnot. I appreciate you guys for the broadcast, and obviously, you know, I gotta give Dysfunctional Patriots Racing a good shout out. My boys, Chris James over here. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but him, Taylor Bowman, the big man in charge, and then as well as Mark Vega, the winner of the race, and John Mullins. I hope he does well up in the Cup. He ran I think he won the championship for the B series last for the winner and whatnot. So
he did.
So hopefully we keep putting out good finishes and whatnot, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, Mr. Pope. We'll catch you next week at Atlanta. Just
all
don't
right, boss,
forget to put in your application.
Yeah. I'll definitely get that in.
Okay, brother.
10-4, man.
Hey,
You take care. Have a good one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that just about concludes our broadcast. I got a couple more things I need to take care of here real quick. Let's see if we can't get the unofficial results working for us. Why is it doing that? Oh, reset. Duh. And remove the current driver information. And we got Mark Vega ends up winning our race. We got Ryan Hesgard was second. James Larillo was third. Chase Murphy was fourth. Tater Bowman was fifth. Derek Pemberton from TRN Network was sixth. Zach Wetstein seventh. William Edwards was eighth. Jeffrey Meir ninth. Our very own Martin Wenzel rounds out the top 10. Next, we got Ryan Branch. We got Alex Hoosler, Richard Springer, Clay Phillips, Robert Armstrong, John Peterson, Matt Clint. I said it earlier. Clint Schmidt. Yeah, I said it earlier. 17th. James Pandolf was 18th. Eric Weatherholtz was 19th, and Christopher Pope rounds out our top 20. We got J.R. Hager was 21st. Tommy Bordeaux with well, he was up front, and he ends up finishing 6 laps down. So
yeah, he was
what happened with that.
involved in that big one there, I believe.
Yeah, he probably didn't even get back out on the track after that big wreck with a blown motor or something.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, Sean Timmerman finishing in 23, Dustin Eichert in the 24, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the 25, Bryson Hunt in the 26, Brandon Red in the 27 position. Braden Hill was fighting some connection issues tonight. He finishes 57 laps down. He probably had a disconnect there due to those issues. Finishes in the 28th spot. Daniel Hallis in the 29th. Spencer Tart in 30 position. Mike Lemon 31, and Stacy Beddard rounds it out in the
last place. What the deal is with those 4 cars that didn't even make a lap. Probably because they didn't put a time in. Don't know if that was actually the case or not. But in any,
I'm not sure. Is that, or was any of them adminning?
You know, they may have been an admin and took up
Daniel might have, but I don't know about Spencer, Mike, Stacy, but
right.
In any regards, good, strong start to the season.
Yeah, it was a really nice race. That's not what I wanted. Our next race will be at Atlanta. It's the 126. Be out here Monday night at 9:30. We look forward to seeing y'all out here for the next race for the Northeast Ohio Grand National Series. That's going to be the next race for this series. Our actually next broadcast will be the Daytona 250. That's going to be our Cup Series. I'm looking forward to running that. Hoping that Chris James will work with me. And that you got to get us broadcasters there. I know how that goes. But we're going to try to get up front and hang there. And if you can get your car from the back to the front, I'll definitely work with you.
10-4 on that.
Got to get something else in before I can actually. Oh, I got to get some credits in. God, I almost forgot to thank the people that put this together.
I wasn't going to let you.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. We got James Pandolf and Tater Bowman. They are the owners of this league, and Tater Bowman does a lot of the financial and supports of this league. We got Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez. They do a lot of the graphics, and Jordan Gonzalez and Martin Wenzel again do the technical aspects. They do everything from our ATVO to everything you see here at our broadcasting. And then we got our broadcasters. We got Ryan Branch, Daniel Hallis, Taylor BB. I'm not really sure who that is, and Chris James.
Butcher Benjamin.
Butcher. Okay, well, you can say it better than I can. And then I got myself. We got Chris James as well here tonight, and we're going to be looking forward to having him as many times as we can throughout the season.
Yeah, we'll try to make it.
Again, our administrators are Tater Bowman, Ryan Branch, Martin Wenzel, Jordan Gonzalez, Daniel Hallis, Josh Coppernall, James Pandolf, Mitchell Briggs, David Wellborn, and Blake Griffith. Again, we have admins as Tater Bowman for our Cup Series. Daniel Hallis wasn't admin here tonight, so that's why his name was on the board and was not a driver. And we got Ryan Branch, who's going to be an admin for our Wynota Road Truck Series, and that will be on Wednesday nights. And I'm looking forward to maybe jumping in and doing some broadcasting there as well. You got anything you want to add tonight before I sign off, Mr. James?
Just great racing and excited to be a part of Dynasty League Racing. I think that we are still recruiting. So anybody interested can go over to dynastyRacingLeague.com, fill out an application, and throw your name in the hat with some of these racers. Have fun with this awesome community full of people that like to help each other and have a good old time together. Everyone's just wants to come out here and just have fun. I've been in leagues to where it was like, oh, not this. I don't want to race with those guys tonight. This ain't one of them. You want to be part of DRL. It's like a family. They do a great job. You got 20 plus guys that put work in some way, shape, or form to make everything you see here happen. And it's just a great community. Or if you can just come out and support us, watch the great races, subscribe to the channel, and more awesome racing to come.
Yes, sir. I'm proud to be a member of this league myself. I got to give a big hats off to everybody who works behind the scenes and everything. You can still sponsor these leagues that we are running. You can sponsor an individual race if you wish to. All you have to do is get in touch with James Pandolf. We can always look forward to some financing of this league. I hate to keep plugging it, but races and these leagues are not run for free.
Got to keep the lights on, right?
You got to keep the lights on. You got to keep the drivers and some gasoline and tires. So if you want to sponsor this league, or if you want to sponsor an individual race, again, all you have to do is contact James Pandolf or Tater Bowman. I believe the links are below. If not, there's definitely a link there to Dynasty Racing League, and from there you can definitely contact the administrators of this league. Again, our next race for this league is Atlanta Motor Speedway, and it will be Monday night.
Series.
Yeah, Monday night for the Ghostbusters Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Xfinity Series. Let's get all that out.
Grand National.
National Series, yeah. And our
We'll get
next
it.
broadcast will be again at Daytona for the 250 in the Cup Series. So we look forward to all of you coming back again at 9. It looks like the broadcast will start around 9:25, or the race is 9:30. So I think they're just going to jump in just a few minutes after or before qualifying. I like to jump in these races a little bit earlier. That gives me time to set up everything and shoot the crap with y'all. So again, we are glad that you come out for this series, and we're glad that you're sitting here and support us by watching the races. You got anything you want to add?
Yeah, buddy, that's all I got.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series and next week for the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Grand National Series. And
Thanks
I'm
for
David
watching.
Wellborn,
This is Chris James.
and we're signing off.